Welcome to the Movie Babies, episode 31.
Ooh, spooky!
I'm Devin.
I'm Sean. It's Halloween.
You snuck up on me like a ghost.
Tried to scare you.
Yeah, it worked.
Episode 31. Halloween's on October 31st. You want to talk Halloween?
Oh, shit!
Let's do it.
Oh, that's too spooky. I hate coincidences like that.
Coincidences are your greatest fear.
It is. It sends a shiver down my spine.
When you go to work and someone else also has gold lame on and you're like, oh no, coincidental, but spooky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's too much magic in the world.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
What do you got on your little mind for Halloween-themed convo?
I mean, it's all about the costumes, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm. No movies coming out that you're excited about?
I mean, movies are fine. We can talk about that. It is a movie trailer review show. That's kind of what we do here. But I want to talk about all that sweet-ass candy I'm going to get this year.
Nice.
What's on the market?
How are you going to, trickily trick-or-treat?
Because that's the thing now. I'm 33.
You have a beard.
I have a beard.
Unless you're playing a kid playing a man with a beard, this isn't going to work.
A big scary black man.
What's the method? Do you steal the candy from a younger child? Do you, work in cahoots and do a percentage?
That's like the IT technique of just bowling little kids. So I have gone with my friend Doug every year trick-or-treating. Just
the two of you?
At least just the two of us. Usually we rope in our friends.
Doug is also an adult human being. Yeah, okay. So no one's passing.
He's a human child.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, we don't get a lot of crap about it because we're so lovable. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the bad thing about it is that we're too lovable and people let us get away with this shit. And then it just encourages us. Here's the technique. So you got to go with a group.
Okay.
And you got to go in costume. Like, if you show up and you're wearing a hoodie...
Oh, yeah, that's not going to fly.
You look like a teen... that's when it gets crappy. I always put effort in my costumes.
Okay. Do you have any ideas for what you're going to be this year?
So this year, my SO and I are thinking about doing a jerk-themed costumes.
Nice.
Because that is our movie. That's how we met. I was like, what's your favorite movie? She said, The Jerk. And I was like, that's my favorite movie. That's it.
It's the one thing you have in common.
That's all you need. Because The Jerk was always my bar for friendship. It's like, if you like The Jerk, if you like Steve Martin, if you like that humor, come over here.
Come get some Devin Spencer.
So we might do a Jerk themed. Last year, one of my better costumes, Never Ending Story, and I was the Luck Dragon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you putting that costume together in the living room. That turned out really well.
It was last minute, and it was pieces of an old child's dog costume and a bunny costume that I somehow made into a dragon.
You should link a picture of that.
My other favorite was Prince.
Yep, that was a good one.
And that was great. I went to your show, which was really fun. I've been Blackula.
Nice.
The Kings of Cartoons.
Nice.
Little known fact, the actor who played Blackula was also the King of Cartoons.
Oh, did you do those concurrent years?
I did.
Oh, nice.
So that's a little fun
Easter
trivia
egg
for you.
If you're really paying attention to Devin's costumes year to year, there is a through line.
Mm-hmm. Sean, I feel like I know this answer.
What?
How often do you dress up? How often do you go trick-or-treating?
Never. But I do have to dress up every year because I'm usually playing. But this year, I don't think I have to.
Oh, so you're not going to be Bowie this year?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to play. So there's some shows of various bands around Halloween, but I think I get Halloween off. Mm-hmm. The day before is my birthday. That's not true. I have to play on my birthday. But I don't think I have to play on Halloween. And I think I'm going to convert my birthday celebration over to the 13th of October, Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Go down to Olympia, Washington, and go to this all-night horror film festival called All Freakin Night that I haven't been to since I was
in Olympia?
In college. Yeah.
I think I've been to one of those.
Have you? It's pretty fun.
Long. That thing's been on forever, huh?
Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary or whatever, something crazy. They've just been doing it for a super long time.
That's intense. Have you done 24 hours before?
It's just a 12-hour thing or something like that. But yeah, some mates and I, some guests of the show, Kyle and Joe and Keith, and the list goes on, Butcher. A lot of those folks have been doing this annual horror-thon where we do go out to a cabin or whatever, lock ourselves in for 28, 48, 72 hours, just watch horror movies, just make disgusting farts and eat garbage.
Now, Sean, sounds like a typical day for you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see like what the difference is.
Because then it's like sanctioned because it's like, oh, it's the Halloween season. Now no one's going to bat an eyelash.
Okay, so it's just the difference is it's more.
I'm not
accepted.
a notice. Yeah, exactly.
So did you not even do trick or treating as a kid?
I did a couple times. It wasn't a favorite thing of mine. It seemed like a lot of work.
Because you have the birthday too. I'm always curious about like people who have birthdays very close to a big holiday
and their feelings about the holiday stealing the thunder of the birthday.
So are you a little anti-Halloween? I mean, you're wearing a Halloween shirt.
I think I'm more pro Halloween than I am my birthday. Like I think I enjoy the season, but in recent years I haven't been able to like celebrate either very effectively because there's usually some like work involved in that. Similar to like New Year's Eve, like I don't really know what to do on a New Year's Eve if I don't have to play or whatever because I don't celebrate the holiday the same way other people do.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to like, well, what will that be like holding someone's hair and listening to them vomit like a normal New Year's participant.
That is funny because neither of us drink or like do any of that kind of party culture. But my one vice is like sweets.
Oh yeah.
And so like Halloween is kind of like
my New Year's.
That's my New Year where it's just like I'm gonna eat so much candy that I'm vomiting like Skittles.
Yeah. Yeah, you really are gonna taste the rainbow, but like that Snapchat filter where it like vomits a rainbow. Yeah, I think I'm the same way, only I think I pull out all the stops on Easter. I think I've told the story of like passing out due to too many Cadbury eggs being ingested before church one morning.
Easter was always my favorite holiday because it's a hunt, right?
Yeah.
Like it brings out the adventure of kids where it's like go in that woods and just like
don't come back until you find Jesus.
Oh, that's what they were doing. Dang it.
Yeah.
We can't have anything nice.
No, it all has to be tainted with religion. We got some trailers that we're going to review this. I don't even know what we're reviewing this episode.
Well, the first one up is a big one.
Yeah.
We have the return of Blade Runner.
Damn, Blade Runner 2?
Blade Runner 2049.
Wow. Are they Tokyo drifting in this Blade Runner or?
It's faster.
Okay.
There's more sex.
All
There's
right.
more violence.
Excellent. That's what I want to see is Harrison Ford having sex in 2017.
The real question is going to be is whether he offs himself in this one. Because he's always killing himself in his movies now. Like he's like
that's his thing.
Going into sequels and like trying to take himself out.
Oh man, I can't wait till an Indiana Jones comes out where he's like just like blasts his dome.
There's a new one coming out.
Is he gonna like jump off a cliff or something?
We don't know.
All right.
It is kind of hilarious that Harrison Ford is just at a phase in his life where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And we have one more trailer, Sean.
Okay, what is it?
This one is a surprise. This is my little spooky surprise for you and our celebrity guest, Cassie. So listeners, buckle in. I guess the listeners will know at this point, but you don't know.
I don't know. What is it?
Well, you'll find out.
Oh, damn. That's a spooky surprise.
Let's get to our first trailer.
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Yeah. Oh, intro battle. Sorry.
Yeah. Forgot your line.
Yeah.
Line.
Blade Runner 2049. Will Ryan Gosling eat his cereal? I don't know.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Does he eat cereal?
You ever see that thing before memes were a meme when like this guy would always like hold up a spoon of cereal to Ryan Gosling in movies and he just right at the right time where he'd like turn his head or close his mouth or start crying or something and he's like, eat
Never
your
heard of
cereal,
this.
Ryan Gosling.
This is a movie? In every movie Ryan Gosling is in, someone's trying to feed him cereal?
Never mind.
I haven't.
I didn't see that part in Drive.
Have you guys ever looked at a thing called the internet? It's it's got a lot of
Is this
funny
the
things
free
on
internet? Like the dark internet?
Is that like
what we're
a
talking
thing
about?
in 2049 that's going to come?
it. Yeah, sure.
If Ryan Gosling is the Blade Runner, then Harrison Ford must be the Gunwalker.
Well, okay.
Because he's old.
Okay. Oh, like Walker, like assisted walking
Yeah.
cane device? Okay.
I just switched the words around.
Yeah, I didn't care for that any more than you cared for mine, so...
I think that's how jokes work.
Cassie, you got an intro for this?
Oh, like a tagline?
Yeah,
like
throw a pun at it or whatever you want to do, you know.
The bar is low.
Just hop right over it.
Blade Runner 2049, Jared Leto body bag creepathon.
Yeah, that looks what it's about to be.
Pretty weird.
I'm gonna grab that pen from you though.
Oh, yeah.
We keep giving our guests pens, and I can definitely hear it during that.
What about
Okay.
the one that doesn't click?
Nobody gets a
pens for
pen.
you.
Yeah,
No pens
sorry.
at all.
If we've learned anything from having guests is don't
can-
give them a pen.
They can tell when you're looking at it.
Speaking of guests, we've got in the house maybe 31 rounds too late. We should have had you
right on
on a
time.
long time ago. We've had people back before we had you on.
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
see
not,
now that.
Yeah.
That did it.
But
that's
I blame us, and I also recognize that you have a very busy life and you go on vacation with
a
enough
lot.
consistency that it's made it difficult to schedule
And then
this.
we moved, and there's just a lot going
Yeah.
on. And I work graves, so it's,
So-
scheduling is fun.
You know, a woman who needs no introduction, former Pickford projectionist, aka the hot projectionist, trailer warrior, now professional narc, Cassie Revell is
I
here
get
with
paid
us.
to narc.
Here's what we want to know. Do you hunt replicants?
Yeah. What part of the
That is
replicant
part
process?
of the stuff that I can't tell you.
Okay.
I get to do the really easy job where they go do stuff and it's hard and terrible things happen. And I sit in an office and I read about it like the next day and correct like spelling and make sure people's phone numbers are accurate. Like that's what I do.
I thought you were like correct like everything they did wrong. Like,
No.
whoa, you did a 1040 on that?
Let's bump that
clearing
down to a
code.
1039.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get the easy job and it's amazing. Behind the
How
curtain.
frequently do you have to wash blood off of your own hands? Or either spiritually or
Thrice
physically?
daily. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Soul cleanse. A lot. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Cassie, did you pick this trailer for us to review? P.S.
I did. You gave me a choice, I believe.
Okay.
And
Why-
I was like, if you have not done Blade Runner, I would love to do Blade
We
Runner.
saved this one for you.
Yeah, I think we
No,
did.
that's so
Why
sweet.
were
It's a
you
big
so hard for this one?
Lots of things. I've been really big on artificial intelligence lately and like reading about it, and sci-fi is my favorite genre of film, so it's the merging of the two. Like the original Blade Runner is not like my favorite movie necessarily, but I love the themes, and so I was game. I'm super excited for this
All
one.
right, well, you're in good company. I think Sean and I are on record to not loving the original.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
straight up don't like
There's some
Blade
weird shit
Runner.
going on there.
But I've put in my best college try because I've watched every cut, every like special feature, every commentary
Right? You
version.
want to love it a lot more than
I
you do.
step to it often enough to be like, what am I missing? And I think what it is just other things have taken the groundwork that this movie's laid and run with it in a more pleasing
in a
way.
better way. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah. Do you have a preferred cut or like incarnation of the original?
Not really. The director's cut, obviously is crazy. But
Yeah.
which I was kind of, I don't know, I was a little disappointed to hear that Ridley Scott was involved in the 2049 as well, because I was just like, no, like you did it, like you had your chance,
Yeah,
and then
and you
now
keep
you're like,
Blowing it with these alien movies. So just maybe step away.
maybe sci-fi is his favorite genre, but like people should just stop giving him money to make sci-fi movies. So I think hopefully his role in this is more like the money like bag and not like let's redo the exact same movie I made,
Right.
Yeah, let's talk shop a little bit because he originally was going to direct this new 2049 and kind of step back to producer, kind of focused on the Alien franchise. And Denis
Denis.
Denis doing S.
Villeneuve
or something like that.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve?
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. I'm going to move my mouth and you just say the words.
That's not going to read.
Here I go. You ready?
Right.
Three. Like school, Billy. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. And the director,
Villeneuve.
you can say his first name.
Villeneuve.
But the director did Arrival,
Yes.
Prisoners.
Enemy. Crazy Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
So I loved Arrival.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've liked all his movies so far.
Yeah, me too. And actually, I'm excited to see what wins. Like Ridley Scott money product placement or like Villeneuve, like
His artistic.
artistic expression. The fact that Ryan Gosling's in it makes me think, I'm like, ooh, we could go either way here.
Yeah,
like,
that's
he
true.
could be pandering to like, you know, the kind of commercial aspect, or like he could go dark like you did in Drive. So it could get good, but it could be really bad.
We're lucky that we didn't get saddled with a Chris Pratt for this movie.
He's in every man, Sean.
The rumors were that Gosling, the part was written for him. The director had him in mind right from the start.
Okay.
Really?
This film takes place a couple decades after the original. The original takes place in 2018.
Okay.
And this is 2049. So we're a couple decades removed. And the director said, when he asked, is this like a direct sequel, and to what version, as we noted before, he didn't.
Yes.
Basically, he did. He didn't give a firm answer. He said, like, I grew up on the original, so that's my preferred favorite. But also, I respect the final cut, which is, I think, what most people consider
The movie.
the movie. Yes.
Okay.
And so he basically said that it's mainly piggybacking off of those two movies, which I don't know what that means. Like, how can you...
I'm interested to see too how he, or if he at all, like, pulls from the book, because they didn't really. I mean, they kind of did for the original film, but it gets a lot darker, and it kind of explores more of the themes between like what's real and what's not, and what you should care about. I wonder if that's like we're gonna go that direction instead of just like let's shoot him up.
Yes. So Cassie, you do have glasses. Will you tell us more about the book?
I do, and I use them all the time. The book was great. It was Philip K. Dick was the author, and like I said, they kind of explore more about how important is it for something to be like genuine, to be real, like human, like all life that is genuinely created, like in the world, in the wild, is considered better than anything that was artificially created, even if the facsimile is perfect or like a perfect representation. They still. There's still this weird kind of, like they say in the trailer, it's like there's the wall between what's real and what's not. And if you start to like break that down, like when does it stop mattering whether something was like real, quote unquote,
Yes.
or like created to be real, I guess.
Like Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Like, was he created? Is he a replicant? That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. Okay.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
followed that. I think I followed that.
So yeah, I don't know.
So what's the answer?
We'll find out.
I'm curious, where do you lean on the robots versus human war? Are the robots people? What is a people? Aren't people just robots? They have computer brains, and they have CPU hearts, and they have wire veins. Are we not computers?
Are you a replicant? As the speaker for your entire species of replicants,
Are you a robot synthesizer, is what I'm asking.
Synthesizer.
are you a robot synthesizer?
Synthesizer. Absolutely.
Okay, let me frame it this way, because also at the beginning of trailer 1, we see a building, and it's a Blade Runner building, which is the best part of that movie. And it says Atari. Atari is a video game company. And the leading thought right now of like, what is life? What's the meaning of it all? Who are we? Is there a God? And the answer is Atari is our God. Because life is a simulation. It's a video game.
I've heard
Thoughts on
theories
that?
about the universe being a hologram, because like that would fit like all these weird rules of physics and all these things that like scientists are saying. Yeah, it could be a hologram basically. So maybe we're all living in
But-
the Matrix.
I just touched this table.
That's what you
Sure
think.
did. Yeah.
You have a sensory pricker on
Actually,
your...
you'd never touch the table. The kind of electrons around your like nuclei react against the ones of the table, so you feel the friction, but your finger never really truly touches the table.
Because there was no table.
Because
You're on a cold metal slat somewhere, like in like this morgue of people hooked up to brain simulators, and they're
what?
beaming this into
Yeah.
your mind of all things.
movie babies.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
It's high on the
Oh
priority
no, it's
list
like
of
a torture thing.
downloads.
Am I going to turn into like 11 at the end of this?
Maybe.
Probably if you're going to be the master of your own destiny, I suppose so. There's a lot of duality given to us in this two trailers. We got a lot of order versus chaos, right? Got to keep the order of things. That's what we do here. We got this replicant versus human thing. We got this new versus old thing with Gosler cum guzzler being new hotness, and Harrison Ford being old busted. And I'm curious, they're kind of like hinting at him being like special for some reason, or like him being the key to this thing. And
the lady says, "You're a wizard, Gosling."
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they're gonna pull like an Alien versus Predator thing here, and he's gonna be like the hybrid human replicant.
Could be.
Is this a thing that's possible?
He could, and actually, there was a shot in one of the trailers that reminded me a lot of this like Japanese anime called Ghost in the Shell, and they made the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell not too long ago.
We reviewed that trailer.
But those are themes that they explore in Ghost in the Shell. Is if you're like 65% computer parts but 40 or 35% human parts, are you human or are you robot?
Good mental math, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. And you see, I have
Which
to walk
makes
it
me
back,
think you're
right?
kind of a replicant. But, okay.
So yeah, you get kind of that debate of like what is the line that you have to cross in order to be not human anymore?
I mean, it'd be 51%, right?
At least 51,
I feel like this is an easy answer.
right?
Cassie, as at least more of a fan of the first one than us, is Harrison Ford? Is it Harrison Ford?
Ford and Gosler?
Is Harrison Ford a replicant? Or is he a human? That was the big debate in the first one.
Well, he has aged in real life, and he seems to have aged in the world of the film, and the replicants do not. Actually, they have a time, well, at least in the original book and in the original movie, there's a time frame that they put on them, like they can only live for 3 years, and then they die, essentially. He either bucked that and, did something to make himself last longer, or he was never a replicant. He also, in the book, the character Deckard, he takes the Voight-Kampff test. He has someone administer it to him, and that's the test they do to determine whether you're, a robot who doesn't have empathy or if you're human.
And this is a real life test too, right?
Kind of. I think it's based on a real life test.
Okay.
It's for sociopaths basically, because if you pass the test, you have empathy or you feel for other human beings. If you don't, you're a replicant or a serial killer. One of the two.
Basically the same.
We should take this
Basically
test.
the same.
On a
I'm gonna
special
administer
live
this
episode
right now.
of Movie
I brought
Babies.
my machinery. I'm gonna administer it
It's
to
like-
both of you guys.
Yeah, it's like Montel. One of us is a psychopath.
You want out the replicant.
Yeah.
You won't find out until the end of the episode.
So yeah.
Potential that Ryan Gosling's character may be a replicant or a replicant hybrid,
Could
but probably not Harrison
totally
Ford.
be. I would assume not, but maybe that could be the big twist, I guess.
Is Bautista a replicant?
Batista.
What?
This guy doesn't even know his name.
I haven't pronounced one actor's name
Gosler.
right in this, or even the director's name.
So,
Why is he in this movie?
so those are my questions.
Of course they are. They're the WWF questions.
Yeah. The two main questions I left with this trailer is, what is Batista's role? And what is Jared Leto's role? Because it's going to balance on those two. Batista, we just get a very small part where Gosling tries to bust him, and Batista's like, hell no, and he Batista bombs him through a wall.
That's not a thing.
That is
Probably
that
Is
is
it a thing?
Probably
I don't watch wrestling, so
Me neither, but I'm guessing it's a
He
thing.
won multiple championships with that move, so it's definitely a thing.
Good. I'm glad they're breaking the fourth wall literally in this movie to feature his signature wrestling
Those
move.
sweet wrestling dollars, all those fans coming in.
I did-
Oh, that's that thing.
A short kind of film that centered on Batista's character, and he's more, from the short little film I saw, they're portraying him as kind of like a gentle giant.
Okay.
So I'm curious why Gosling is trying to bust him. Is he going to play more of a role than it looks like in this movie, or is he just going to be like the mini boss before you get to Leto?
I think they're probably, because it seems like they're echoing a lot of things from the book that maybe they didn't get to in the original Blade Runner, where Deckard goes through a series of replicants until he gets to the most perfect, I guess. So he has these kind of lower level replicants, and he kind of works his way up to the really challenging ones. So maybe like he's one of the lower level.
So you're saying it's like the Survivor Series, and he has to like get through all of them to get to the big boss.
I don't know. So I think he's probably trying to bust him because he thinks at least that he's a replicant, but maybe he's not.
That would make sense because we also get like this Lady Terminator character,
Chick with the bangs, the straight
bangs.
bangs.
That's how you're
and like
serious.
she's going after him in like a subway type situation, and then we get Leto. What is his deal? We need to talk about him.
In general or in this movie?
It's just Jared Leto in real life, and
So
they just like
his
roll
character.
the cameras.
Yeah, sorry. He's. I don't know why now I'm deciding to apologize for all my interrupting, but I'm just filled with all these magical facts. He is blind in the movie, and he decided to wear contacts that made his vision impaired
While he was playing this role.
That's an acting.
He loves the method.
Jordan Catalano, what's wrong with you? Why does he think he's such a good actor? Why do you think Jared Leto thinks he should win an Academy Award? What's his fucking problem?
He seems pretty set on it. Again, people keep giving him money, so.
I don't know. Okay, so he's blind, he's dressed like a samurai, and he's also the alien queen because he's giving birth to these replicants somehow.
Yes, some kind of god complex
But
shit going on.
So he's like the designer or something.
Yeah, again, it's like the book or the
Okay.
original movie had the guy with the like giant Coke bottle glasses in the original movie who was that role basically, where he's like, I create these what he thinks is like his creations, and he's kind of playing God, and they're his children and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like that's kind of Jared Leto's picking up that.
But he says that he is the lock and Gosling is the key, and that he can only make so many replicants. Right?
Well, he's a
Something
very
to that
inefficient
effect?
means of production. Throws them in like a giant bag, and then like one at a time releases them.
So basically, the plot of this movie is like in real life, everyone needs Gosling's dick.
Yeah, that's the key.
They need. He's the key for more.
Especially Jared Leto,
Yeah.
which that we just spawned some fan fiction there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, girl. Do you need some replicant wang?
Alleged replicant Yang. Now I just said Yang.
Yeah.
Alleged replicant Wang.
Thank you.
That's
what
the
we'll
Blade
edit
Runner
to.
2049. That's the like catchline.
Okay, can I throw a little quick like movie baby band list thing? Because I'm just really trigger happy for this lately. I'm coming with you. I'm done with I'm coming with you.
Set me up that scene.
The gal from Star Wars
Yes.
says I'm coming with you, and I'm tired of it.
There were a lot of kind of funny things in here, like the whole like your story isn't over yet. What? Don't say that.
The where is he line? I'm with that bangs. It's like where is he? I don't. That can go right.
That can definitely go. And that's part of it too. It's like how much of it's going to be like that, you know? I wonder if they're just showing us those things in the trailer and it'll actually be, I don't know, more chill, or if it's just going to be people yelling and crushing glasses, like for 2 hours. I don't know.
I'm curious if Denis will sneak in his what seems to be becoming his signature move. Shout out Tyler Swank, which is to have some type of spidery creature curl up in a corner in this movie because he's done it twice now.
Yeah. Wait, other than Enemy, what other one did
He
he
did
do?
it in Arrival too. There's a dream sequence where
Totally saw that movie.
Jeremy Renner like looks. He's like having a dream and he like looks over the corner and the
there's
little
a
octopod guy's like,
right.
he does the same move. Really curious if he was just like, that's such a good move and not enough people saw Enemy, so I'm going to do it in this movie too.
A spider does feature very prominently in the book for Blade Runner.
There we go.
There's a guy, and actually that special kind of ties in there too, because in the book, specials are humans who have been like destroyed like DNA-wise by the like radioactive dust that's in the air. And there's a special who's kind of living on his own in this apartment complex, and he finds a spider at one point, and he shows it to all these replicants, and they start to like pull its legs off, and it's a real spider. So of course the special like treasures it. It's real. It's a real spider. It wasn't made up. And so it's this really big scene where they're like taking it apart, like leg by leg. So Spider could definitely appear in Blade Runner,
We'll see.
which would be amazing.
Denis, you might be on the movie baby ban list with a singular move that you're doing in all of your movies.
To answer your question, I'm going to have to go no. It wasn't, like, let's save that one. I need to see it a little more before I'm really annoyed with it.
Should we rate it?
Let's rate Blade Runner.
Cassie, have you ever listened to this podcast before?
I have not.
Okay. Lift up those earbuds,
Okay.
and there's a little half piece of paper that has some phrases on it. These phrases are directly correlated with how we rate this movie. You don't just tell us if you liked it or didn't like it. You have a 3-option system. Do not try to make a fucking hybrid of these 3 options. You pick one of them, Cassie.
And we want it pure. None of this replicant bullshit.
Very serious
Don't taint this with
podcast.
your replicant shit. If you are not into this trailer or these 2 trailers and you didn't care for this movie, you're gonna say, I love robots.
I love robots.
Which doesn't seem to make sense, but that's what you're gonna say.
Well, the replicants are the bad guys in this one, so it would make
Love
sense.
them.
Okay,
Yeah.
but if you're a replicant sympathizer, we don't know. If you're on the fence and you need a little more info to see if this movie if these trailers have got you sold on going to see this movie, you're gonna say in space with zombies.
In space with zombies.
And then you're gonna tell us about what this trailer was missing that you need to get you in the theater. If this movie was 100%, or if this trailer was 100% getting you on board with seeing this, you don't need anything else, you're ready to go, purchase your ticket today, you're gonna say, like a lot.
So you cool if I scream? Like a lot.
Okay.
Okay, I know you're from the Pickford side of things, so you might not be familiar with the Coca-Cola ad that ran at Regal Cinemas that featured these phrases, but that's where it's from.
Okay.
It's apropos of nothing. That's the rating system. Please rate Blade Runner 2049.
Like a lot. I was already going to see this movie, so the trailer really had nothing to do with it. It could have been nothing, and I would have gone to see Blade Runner.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Did the trailer make you not want to see it any more than when you just heard it was going to happen?
Well, there were, like, my reservations about, like, is it just going to be, like, Coca-Cola ads for 2 hours and, like, some Harrison Ford handing the baton again?
Right.
So those are my reservations, but, like, it's, like I said, it's the merger of, like, all of my life's interests, so no matter what, like, I was going to go see it, so.
You think Ford bites it in this one?
Probably. I think he's going to pull, like, was it Charlton Heston, like, Planet of the Apes, where he's like, you have to kill me on screen, and the world has to literally blow up, and that's the only way I'm going to do this movie. I feel like that's what's going to happen. He's going to die in all his old films. We're going to get, Indiana
He's going to make
Jones.
a Air Force One sequel just to kill his character off.
He's, like, still president after, like, 40 years.
Get myself off my plane! Devin, you want to rate this trailer?
I'm going to give this trailer, both trailers, in space with zombies. This didn't sell me necessarily on the Blade Runner franchise, but there's enough elements that I was like, that could be interesting. I'm a fan of Gosling. I'm curious where the story's going to go. There was like a little bee that he sees. I was like, what's that bee doing?
It's a Candyman crossover series. He's going to battle the Candyman.
But here's my real question. There's 2, like, never-ending story statues that he walks by.
Yes.
And they are, like, of 2 women with their mouths open.
Back and forth forever.
You've never been to the California desert, apparently.
Is that where that is?
Supposedly, I don't know.
It looks like they're giving God a blowjob.
Okay.
That's what happened. That's why the civilization fell. It's that one statue.
And so I'm curious if we're going to get a God-type characters in this movie. Forget about robots and humans. That's puny level stuff. There's gods coming back, and
This
they're
is like those Kirk Cameron movies, the religious ones that come out every once in a while, where people disappear and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What the
Left
fuck?
Behind.
Left
or whatever.
Behind, yeah, it's just like a Left Behind crossover.
Yeah, and he's like, your science means nothing. I am your god.
The true Ex Machina, right? Like, not the other one. There you go.
Legit.
Show me what you got on this.
I'm gonna also rate it In Space with Zombies. Again, not a big Blade Runner fan, but I see the appeal. Looking at you, Chris Patton. And I like this director very much. I feel like he's got a big, horrible monkey on his back with Ridley Scott behind things.
Yes.
Gotta shake that guy. I was disappointed by the Ghost in the Shell remake. I mean, I don't know. Was I disappointed? I was also disappointed when I then went back and watched the original Ghost in the Shell after I watched the remake
really?
and was like, this movie's pretty boring. And so I might not be as jazzed as Cassie is on difference between artificial intelligence and regular intelligence. But maybe this is the movie that's going to get me more interested in that debate.
Did you watch Ex Machina film?
Yeah, did you see
Yeah,
that
I
one?
did. I like that.
That one.
But I didn't like
That's what I was
Westworld.
hoping this would be. You didn't like Westworld?
Didn't like Westworld. Didn't even finish it. I was on the phone so much, Devin would make me try to watch episodes of Westworld, and I would go right to my phone.
We did not get through much of that show.
So there you go. Maybe I'm a replicant. I was more willing to interact
There's no
with my
empathy.
machinery than...
I think you're just a regular guy.
Just
Yeah.
a guy I don't like.
I don't know.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
I think you make a good point about Ridley Scott being like the giant, ball at the end of his chain, and it's just like he's, yeah.
So the Vangelis score is like a character in this movie. Like everybody's really into the original being like the wet dream of all these retro synth kind of comeback types of scores that we're getting, and this is kind of the godfather of them all in a way. And I'm really bummed to see that Hans Zimmer's name is attached to the score of this in any capacity. Like, I know it's Johan Johansson, the guy that this director has been using for his other movies, who I'm kind of slowly being sold on whatever the Zimmer aspect. I'm just like, no, why? Get him out of there.
Zimmer.
Zimmer. Wrist slap.
Before we get to our next trailer, the both of you do not know what it is.
Oh.
It is a surprise trailer that I handpicked for this spooky Halloween
It's
episode.
Boomadea too, isn't it?
Well, we don't know,
I think we do. I think I just cracked the code.
but stay tuned.
I'm Princess Twilight Sparkle, and this is my home, Equestria. A land filled with magic, music, whoa, and most importantly, friendship. Life is perfect. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I bet those are the clowns I ordered! We're definitely not the clowns I ordered.
Ryan, no!
Wow! We need help to save Equestria.
What is happening?
Surprise!
Ooh, surprise of pony proportion.
Does not make
Great
sense.
puns. It does not even as a pun.
Intro battle.
Sean's not happy about this one. Just like Westworld, you were on your phone
was on the whole-
halfway through this
Like a
trailer.
2-minute trailer. I just couldn't make it to the end.
Well, all right. We just watched My Little Pony the movie trailer. In instances like this,
Yes.
I often ask you, how do these creatures fucking reproduce?
Yes.
But
Main question.
for the first time in my life, I already know the answer to this because I have been on the internet. These ponies fuck just like people do in the grossest ways possible.
And they all have human dicks for some
They're
reason.
all
All
just
of
these
them.
little cum dumpsters. These little slutty cum dumpsters. My Little Pony is the grossest fucking thing in existence right now.
Right, and there goes half our audience.
Yeah.
It's just a dumpster that just gets funneled in the worst parts of humanity into. Everything evil is represented in these little ponies.
Now, Sean, you can't say that because ponies are about friendship and magic.
Pedophilia and furryism. I'm not saying that those people are bad people. I'm just like, there's a lot of gray area between the sexuality of these creatures
Yes.
and the juvenilism of what this is being geared towards. I don't
Who
like
is your audience?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Because when you go to the theater and you settle in on the same day that you double feature this with
Blade Runner.
because they're coming out on the same day, you're going to sit yourself next to a 6-year-old girl and a 32-year-old man.
Hopefully you will sit between them.
Yeah, and it's going to be they're both there for very similar but different reasons, and that's disturbing.
Well,
Core beliefs are the same.
but it's not strange because let's take Pixar, right? That attracts a similar audience where you do have a 6-year-old on one side, and then you do have like a 30-something-year-old on the other side.
But the difference is the 30-year-old doesn't have their hand down their pants during the Pixar movie.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Have you seen Toy Story 3?
Dim puppets,
Jesus
though.
Christ. Cassie, walk me through what we just saw. I was not paying attention at all.
Are we doing the tagline thing? Because I had a very similar reaction to you, where it was basically new and exciting ways to sexualize animals. Mm-hmm. They had to make the Taye Diggs guy super hot for some reason, but he's also some weird animal that I didn't quite get. And then Zoe Saldana was a bird? Question mark?
What was she? She was a pirate bird.
Pirate bird. I think she's a parrot.
The cast of this is outrageous.
Emily Blunt, why?
Uzo,
you don't need that money.
What are you doing in this movie? Also, I didn't. What? How come? Did they just take all the voices actors that the kids are going to be familiar with and replace them with actors that they're not going to know?
That's
just the name, yeah, right?
That's a great question. We don't know.
Little
is
girls
Tinkly
aren't
Winkly
Emily Blunt.
just now it's Emily Blunt's voice and everyone's going to be fucking pissed? Also, I know that's not the name.
You're so
what are
close.
those things called?
Tinky Winky?
Yeah.
The Teletubby.
Teletubby. That's a Teletubby. I know that.
But that does
Same
segue
we
into
do.
my first question. If you were a pony, what would be your pony name?
Oh, no.
Here's some of their...
Bitchy Witchy.
There's Sky Star. I heard Buttercream. Pinkie Pie.
Come on. Cream pie.
Sean.
Applejack. Twilight
They
Sparkle.
all sound like sexual positions or
Stripper names.
Yeah,
You could, yeah.
No, that's not fair. We have...
Well, it's not. I'm on your side. But it's what's happening.
We have Poontang Pie.
The Nut Tickler.
So, Sean, I think it was with you where we watched a documentary about ponydom.
Oh, the Brony
my.
convention? We did watch that.
I believe the documentary was kind of for ponyism, where they're ponyism is the correct term, right?
I don't know,
I'm
man.
doing this right.
Yeah.
But it was it was trying to normalize hey, people who go to these conventions and are a fan of this show are just like you and me.
They're very damaged. They've been abused by their fathers.
So that was the thing about the
In their bathing
documentary.
suit areas.
That was the problem with the documentary is all the people they showcased. There was some sort of this kid he was I have autism. It was okay, and this one's this tragic thing happened to me. I was okay.
Give me just some semblance of normalcy here.
Accountants.
And so I've never seen this show. I don't know. I think I've seen like bits and pieces. And this what the
Hooting and hollering.
we
at
have
the bronies.
here
are
it
coming.
comes. We have our bronies on the front porch. I like a lot of. I grew up on the Batman animated stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fans of people who like SpongeBob. I like that Avatar series that was out a couple years ago. There's a lot of kid shows, animated shows that also appeal to adults.
But it's not like a lifestyle choice. You're not going to see people going to 32-year-old men going to SpongeBob conventions.
Yeah, and that's what's strange about this one. I don't feel like I'm giving it a fair crack, and this is coming from someone who likes other animated stuff. I don't know what the appeal of this
All
one
I can do is recognize within myself my own deviant nature, which is I, for some reason, as a small child, imprinted my sexuality on this Rainbow Bright doll. And ever since, really tall ponytails get my dick super hard, and I don't know why. But all I can suggest is that the same deviancy is going on with these pony people. What are they called?
There goes the other half of the audience.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. But that's gotta be it, because you're right. They're not making a big deal out of these things. Like this show is being treated very specially, and that's what's weird about it. Is to like reinforce a gender norm, but this is a show for little girls. Cassie, as our resident replicant, did you have any...
Female replicant?
No, did you have any connection to these dolls as a child?
My Little Pony? No. I was actually a really big tomboy, but that's the whole other thing. But
So you had like G.I. Joe.
so I had Hot Wheels were really big in my world. Also highly sexualized.
Everyone was always trying to put those Hot Wheels up their ass. I buy you all these Hot Wheels, and where the fuck do they go?
They are called
They're
Hot
very
Wheels.
expensive. They're Hot Wheels.
Using those
So I
tracks
get
as
it.
little spanking devices.
I like to call them sexy wheels.
I mean, so...
I never understood the appeal, but I was never very girly, and I feel like that's the appeal. It's like, it's the 6-year-old girl birthday party where it's like, I'm gonna be Twilight Sparkle for my birthday, and you can be, Buttercream. Like, that's what it's supposed to be for, but all of a sudden you're throwing in some weird older dude stuff that really shouldn't mix with,
Are there gonna be, little, winks to the camera to the brony audience
there
in this?
has to be.
Where it's like, oh, I fell on your butt. Oh, and then,
on your horn.
Yeah. I mean, because that's that's where the money is coming from, right? So you have to service your audience somehow.
Oh, don't use that word.
Service your audience?
I don't know, man. This is... Well, okay, now here's a real question.
Yes,
Their world is called Equestria.
I believe so.
Equestrianism is humans riding horses, right?
I think just horse-centric things, because you're equestrian.
But if you're an equestrian, well, what's...
You like horses.
There's no other iteration of that word, right? But equestriousness...
I think that's someone like an adventurer who just likes to go on quests a lot.
Equests.
As far as I understand this term, it's utilized for humans who fuck with horses. Figuratively. And so is their universe titled after, are they cognitive that there's people in other people in the universe that want to ride them?
Humans that are...
Well, now we're back to the Carter question. How does this world work? Because there are bad guys, and I couldn't figure out what the bad guys were. They were kind of creatures, they were goats.
There's another pony that came in to be like, oh, y'all are having a good time? Guess what? I'm gonna impose myself as the Wicked Witch of your equestrian world.
I'm bad
reason.
pony.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Why is she doing this? She's harshing the whole mellow.
What'd
she gain from this?
Well, she doesn't think friendship is magic.
And that's a key component of being a pony.
You gotta think the friendship is magic. She is the Temptress Shadow.
Okay.
She's going to tempt you with her shadow.
So she's just trying to turn everyone against each other? That's a movie I would watch. If the arc... Okay, because at the beginning, Tinky Winky's like, oh, everything's just cool here. We're all ponies, so friendship is magic. And then the bad comes and is like, no, I'm going to turn you all against each other. I'm going to make a lot of infighting happen. You're all going to I'm going to prey upon this competitive nature of young females and this whole patriarchal structure. And that's the villain of the movie, personified by this uber pony who's constructing this and is I'm Elle Magazine. The September issue means that this is out and this is in. Mm-hmm. And then they combat each other. That's a movie I would watch.
She knows, the bad pony knows that this world is centered around doing anything for your friend. Just taking advantage of that, taking people's niceness to extremes.
Oh, okay.
Using their niceness to always get stuff for her, and then she guilt trips them when they try to give her shit about it.
That's passive aggressive,
And so she becomes ruler of this world just because
no one will say no to her.
Yeah, no one will say no to her. And then the lesson in the end is maybe the ponies learn, you know what? You can still be a friend for someone. Part of being a friend to someone is also calling them out on their
not
bullshit.
being a doormat.
Boundaries. Put boundaries.
And that speaks to the larger issue of their male fan base. Where they're
let's put up a little bit of boundary here, folks.
Hey, Sparkle Wackle, sometimes boundaries are important.
Oh, really? Like what? Like what? I shouldn't have my dick out in the theater? Or
No,
like...
sometimes, sometimes when I go out, I put my horn away.
No, why would you do
I
that?
wear a hat.
Can't wear a cat down there.
Did this movie have any relationship to the original My Little Pony movie?
Ridley Scott's My Little Pony.
What did you say?
I said,
This is the second My Little Pony theatrical release.
director's cut.
Apparently, it does have some ties to the first one because there's a scene where you kind of see like the Care Bear cousins, where it's like pony mermaids.
Oh, I saw the little My Little Mermaid crossover.
Yes, and so apparently that happens in the original movie, and it's like kind of a callback to those characters.
See, the problem I had with that was instead of taking what you would think was the logical form underwater of like a seahorse, they just become like mermaid horses. And I don't like it. It's not right.
It doesn't work for me.
No.
It's okay. I don't know, man. What's up with the broke dick Trolls Timberlake song that they're trying to throw in here?
So that song that plays on here is very catchy.
It's already out of my head. I can't remember it.
Well, it was catchy when I was watching it.
Then there was like a little troll looking character in there too, so maybe that's like they're going for that sweet troll money.
Sweet troll money. When toys become movies, it goes back to the great argument: is this a worthwhile thing? Power Rangers, nay.
It just seems like, are ponies still big right now? It feels like that was like a couple years ago where the pony craze was at its peak. And so the movie coming out now and finding out that they hadn't done another like theatrical release film until now, it's very
strange. Who's fronting the money for this?
You know who is. Big Pony.
big pony.
Big Brony.
Right.
Big bronies.
My pony.
Genuine. If that song is not on the soundtrack, I want my money back.
Equestrian.
Pony. Another interesting fact, this is the third theatrically released traditionally animated film of the 2010s.
It looks like crap. The animation does not look good.
And you can tell.
I mean, it looks like not theater quality. We stepped it up for. It looks like the show.
Yeah, it looks like made for TV movie, which is kind of where that should be, I think.
Yeah, totally.
And not like on like regal $16 ticket movie screens.
I remember cruising the Netflix with you one night and seeing an iteration of My Little Ponies where they all transform into regular high school girls.
That's right. There's like
That's
a
the
weird
dream right there.
There's like a weird like Bratz type pony show. That's right.
I hope they card everybody who, and like retinal scan everybody who buys a
Picture of
ticket.
everybody's driver's license.
Yeah, for real. Go on. This is a way to get people on the list. That's what this is.
I'm going to be reading about these audiences at work.
Exactly.
Come
Yeah,
on.
they're all the sex offenders. You just fucking played yourself if you bought a ticket to this and you're not 6. You're fucking outing yourself. This is massive. That's why the production value is so low. It looks so fucking Western Family. They're just putting in the least amount of minimal effort to get
It's like How to Catch a Predator.
pedos out into the wild.
Yeah.
And then fucking, what's the new app? The cheap tickets app?
Movie Pass.
Movie Pass. That's gonna like data mine your phone.
Yeah.
Boom. You fucking just got because they're gonna see all your pedo pictures and your busted pony
And
lovers.
this is a tie-in then to Blade Runner. That took place in 2018, and it all started. That world all started from this Brony movie.
That started the war when they were like, there's on one side of the wall there's people that want to fuck children horses, and on the other side of the wall there's the rest of us motherfuckers. And when that wall comes down, i.e. Movie Pass, shit is gonna get real wild.
Before we rate it, this is a cast-in of like an old 80s like Hasbro cartoon show.
Right.
G.I. Joe, Transformers, obviously.
Ninja Turtles,
Ninja Turtles.
Power Rangers.
If you dudes and dudettes were to reboot your favorite cartoon from the 80s or whatever era, what would it be?
Into like a feature-length film.
Yes. What do you want to go see in the theater and whack off to?
Oh, dude, it would be a live-action Daria movie.
Oh yes.
That would be good.
Oh, that would be so good. I would spend cash money on that.
Me too.
Do you animate it or do you live cast it?
Either way, it's getting it done.
There was like a little Funny or Die skit that had Aubrey Plaza play like a live-action version
That's
of Daria.
right.
Good choice.
I would definitely watch the feature-length
Yeah.
version of that.
Oh yeah, make it happen.
Yeah, greenlight this, Devin.
All right. Well,
Spend less money on To Catch a Predator movies and more money on cool shit.
well, should we rate this?
I feel like we don't need to.
We know what's gonna happen.
You don't know how I feel deep inside of me.
This is when he finally comes out and tells you that he's a brony this whole time.
Okay.
It's like, I
Something-
just got some toys I want to show you.
I know what you're going to dress up as for Halloween this year.
Twinkle Winkle.
Devin, we'll leave you for last to blow our minds. Cassie, please rate this trailer, My Little Pony 2049.
I love robots.
That's
I love robots.
That's the top.
I love robots.
That means you love this one.
Wrong.
I love robots.
Incorrect. That's the bottom.
All right. Well, that's surprising. What made you not like this trailer?
Well, given that I love sci-fi so much,
It's
I'm
true.
going against the grain on my genre, I guess.
What's the...
What's the difference between sci-fi and fantasy?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask that.
the
In your opinion, where's the line?
My Little Pony,
My
the
Little-
movie.
Yeah.
That is a hard line for me.
Yeah, you're very fascinated by could a person and a robot be this? Could that line be blurred? You do not give a shit
don't
if a
want
person and a
blurred
pony.
lines.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
When it comes to ponies being sexualized, I want a paint by number, like stark black line there. That's what I want.
But Sean, I don't say this often. Sean makes a good point. You're into robots and humans and like, oh, 70% robot, still a human maybe. What about
But they never claim to be humans. They're ponies. They're
They talk like
anthropocentric.
They dress like humans.
Yeah, that's what did I say?
Yeah,
Apparently they fuck like humans.
I know that for a
Apparently.
fact.
Yes, because the creators of that show also made the porn that goes with it.
You're
what they were
speciesist.
wanting.
That's what
That's
you
what
are.
now we're,
Specious?
Yeah.
I guess I am loud and proud.
now we uncover why you haven't been on this show yet.
Yeah. Yep.
No
That would be
surprise. I'm gonna also rate this. I love robots. I'm
you love
mad that you
ponies?
pulled this stunt on us, but I'm in no way surprised. But I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't the Boomadea 2 trailer.
I forgot that
He was
trailer.
getting
is.
But I feel a little racist for suggesting that that's what you would have inflicted on us. So maybe it's better in the long run.
Who's
than it
Now
was.
the
who's-
species now?
Yeah. Who's the bad pony now?
Oh, I admit to my racism and sexism, but my speciesism.
You're on point.
Yeah. That's where I'm progressive. That's where I'm woke. Devin, please regale us with what glimmering redemption this movie has in your mind.
Change our mind.
So, I did make you guys watch this trailer
a couple times.
a couple times. Yeah,
times.
sure,
Multiple
sure.
times.
And maybe I thought, I don't know, maybe I just thought something would happen. Like maybe you two would feel something. And
Come over to your side of
you
the
know,
wall.
I thought like maybe when it's a movie of pony proportions and when it said to friend up and where Razzle Dazzle said she was the one, and they're like, no, let's do it together. I thought we could all do this together. And I guess I was wrong. What could go wrong, the trailer asked. Apparently this.
Yeah.
Not the clowns you ordered.
Yeah, what the fuck was that line about? Clown strippers or?
She's talking about her clowns. The spaceship comes down and it pops her balloon and it goes
Who has a name?
and then she's like, Brian! Alright.
That's when Devin had already bought the movie ticket in his head.
Can I
He was like,
return
"Doop,
this?"
doop, doop." Yeah,
I was like,
he's
"The
at the movie
balloon."
theater at the kiosk in his head.
Well, and I was like, that girl gets it. She's like, Republicans, or no,
Replicants?
replicants,
Same thing.
balloons, like sea. It doesn't matter to her. Sea sees life and everything.
Not species.
With that said, I do have to give it. I love robots.
Thank you. Thank you for being a human being.
I did like the Care Bear movie growing up, though. Like
Why?
that first Care Bear movie, but that one was different. One, you had like a kid who was into magic, which was cool.
Oh, there's a spooky element in that movie.
Yeah, and he becomes bad. Like he gets like taken over.
He gets like
that's right.
fucking Gucci bags under his eyes and looks really scary.
It's actually pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
And also like the Care Bears were pretty sweet because they all had like powers that came out of their chest.
Yeah.
And then you met the cousins and they were all like, "Hey, you don't like bears? Well, here's a fucking lion. It has a heart on it.
Holy shit!
Here's a raccoon. It has like a lock on it."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that doesn't make sense, but I'm into it.
Penguin, it's got a strap on it. Why? What's the significance?
Yeah.
I also loved. You mentioned Rainbow Bright. That also had a movie, and that my sister would watch that movie all the time, and I'd be like, "So why do we watch this stupid movie? It's so dumb." And secretly, I would watch it in the back of the couch.
Was it for the same reason that I would watch it?
No, I loved it because one,
Wholesome.
Rainbow Bright's like get up is fucking awesome. She has like a space suit. She has like a guy pal. And that dude was awesome.
The horse?
Like he wore black and he had like a black horse.
Oh, yeah.
And Rainbow Bright had like a robot unicorn. It was all very cool. They were all like flying in space. There was like little Pokemon before Pokemon was even like a
Little
thought.
fuzzy guys.
Yeah. So those ones I can see.
There's some cross-gender appeal there.
Yes. This one, there's no appeal. Like it was very bland. It was very hard. Sean, I gave you crap about being on your phone. It was a very long 2 minutes to get through that
it's
trailer.
hard to suffer
Long.
through. And I feel like we spent a little bit of time like maybe subconsciously reinforcing some like gender norms. I'm not trying to ride that train. I'm not saying that this can't be for boys and girls alike. You know, like what you like, but when you cross the threshold of becoming a sexual creature, be more mindful of what you like publicly. How about that?
Watch it at home. Keep it at home.
Keep it away
Keep it
from
in
the
the family.
kids.
Yeah.
Just keep everything away from kids, okay?
Sean,
Yeah.
but I do need to ask you this. If I got us booked, the movie babies, live action, at a BronyCon, would you go to that with me?
It would
you
be
do
like,
that?
oh god, I'd just be like going on this tirade, like what's the fucking movie? I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Network or something?
Network, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd just be like a
Network, yeah.
network takedown. I would just be like shouting and freaking out, and someone would assassinate me, and that would be it.
You would get speared with some guy's homemade unicorn.
Exactly.
No, there'd be a
Yeah.
twist ending, and you would leave with like a very elaborate like brony costume. It would be like cut
Convert me.
to
Yeah.
Sean
Oh,
leaving
it's
the
like a
gym.
fucking F Troop thing where it's like, I'm not gonna wear a dress. I'm not gonna wear a dress. I'm not gonna wear a dress. Cut to him wearing a dress.
God damn it! Yeah.
One of my favorite gags. What? Any redeeming final
Railing
pony
against it too much.
thoughts?
Redeeming bony thoughts.
I mean, I feel like we should all go see it just to support traditional animated films, right?
Right.
Sure.
So the biggest question actually is which one do we see first on the double feature day? Which one's first?
Oh, yeah.
Blade Runner or this?
Because if Blade Runner is really bad, we'll need like a palate cleanser. But if we go in with this, our standards will be so low that we may enjoy a poor Blade Runner.
Well, you too can join us October 6th, double feature, Blade Runner 2046 and My Little Pony, the pervert movie.
You have visual on buttercream. Visual confirmed. Go for cleanup.
And that's the episode!
Nay!
Oh, it's happening
Oh,
already!
it's already happening!
You didn't
I
even
want to
realize.
fuck a baby child pony hybrid. Why, God? Why?
Look, bronies, I was going to speak for both of us. Sean does hate you. I love you. We can be friends.
I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you.
I trust everyone.
We got a website, apparently. I don't know. We pay for it every month, so we must have it.
Yes.
What's on it lately?
There's a new Saturday morning reviews show where I don't wear a shirt and I stuff food in my mouth, and then I ramble on about a movie I've seen.
Oh, okay. Have you done a new one recently?
I've done Dunkirk.
Oh, nice.
Go see that. I
Yeah.
keep trying to convince Sean to do one.
I haven't seen many movies lately. No, we saw it together.
Saw it, but we
saw
talked about it.
Patty cakes. If you like the tirades against sexual deviancy that this podcast has a proclivity for, please rate and review. Or if you have a sexual deviancy and want to yell at us for marginalizing you, please also write a review.
I would love, like, if you are on that side and want to defend your case, like, we will take a break from trailers. We'll still do the trailer. We'll still be like, let's review
The A-Team movie.
let's review A-Team, but then we'll just talk about bronies the whole
Exactly.
time. That's
Precisely.
how we do this show. Also, if you're a fan of the show, go to Facebook and like it. We're at 95 likes. I want to get to 100.
I'm kind of embarrassed that we don't have 100 likes.
I have over 100 friends on my Facebook.
Me too. Yeah.
What is going on
Yeah,
here?
it's a little bit like embarrassing. Like I feel like I every once in a while come up with a new project and like have to pander to like, okay, like our new thing or whatever. We've been doing this for a long time now. We haven't gotten 100 likes. You don't have to actually like it. I hope you realize that.
I think that's the confusion. Is like, no, we're
Bash bronies, so I'm gonna keep that like and put it in my
yeah.
pocket.
Listen here. Whether you like the show or not, we're still gonna do it.
Yeah.
So just get on board.
It keeps us off the streets, guys. You don't want another trailer wars on your hands, so just keep us bound up here in the studio.
www.moviebabies.com is the website. And Sean,
Yes.
when you don't have time for a 2-minute trailer,
This breaks the world.
that's the Movie Babies.
Movie